Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, cuzzy, my name is Joe Josh. I go by iChart Daily. Today is Tuesday, February 13th, 2024. In today's video, because I love you guys and I appreciate all the support for you trying to rebuild this channel again, I'm going to give back. So today, this is not financial advice. It's just a window to my thought process on how I've been doing technical analysis for now almost 17 years. But hypothetically, we're going to go do a technical analysis breakdown on Bitcoin. We're going to go over XRP. We're going to go over Labs. We're going to go over AVAX. We'll go over XLM. And we're going to go over Quant. So get your notebooks ready. So once again, I've been doing technical, just a little background if you're new. I've been doing technical analysis for literally almost 17 years now. I've been in crypto hypothetically for almost 9-10 years. I've looked at this chart and done technical analysis on it probably over 10,000 times. I was taught this process by my father, who was an options trader for literally almost 30 years. Technical analysis and options go hand in hand, or else it's a losing uphill battle. So here's Bitcoin's chart on the monthly time frame. What that means is every bar, every candle represents a month of trading. The most important thing on this chart that I've been screaming from the mountaintops for literally years, but no one listens. The people that do, shout out to you, are these orange lines. These orange lines is the Bitcoin halving. Anyone that tells you it doesn't have an impact on the price is lying. They're lying. They are lying. They are lying. Anyone that tells you there's not a 75 to 85% correction thereafter is lying. They're lying. They're lying. Oops. Let me show it. Let me show it. Right? 78, once again, 75 to 85, we're not pinching pennies. So, overall, what we try and do on this channel, I'm trying to teach you a process to look at a chart regardless of the ticker, regardless of the news, and regardless of what the TV people are telling you, to look at indicators, to look at support resistance, to look at overbought, oversold, and to look at trend indicators to help you understand when's the best time to buy, when's the best time to take profit, when's the best time to sell, take profit, the whole nine, right? So if you remember on this channel and the last channel that I had, the last iChart Daily, I was preaching from the mountaintops. 17.5, 15.5, 13.5 will all look like geniuses when Bitcoin's at 48,000, approaching this orange line and approaching anywhere from 75 to 100,000. Now, one thing I do want to say is, once again, these pumps are getting smaller and smaller because the market cap keeps getting bigger and bigger. Is it still the best performing asset class, even at 47, 48,000, being up 2.1, whatever it is, million % in about 12, 13 years? Sure. So all we were looking to do is, once again, buy at the low, buy at the low, buy at the low, and then take profit hypothetically at the top, at the top, at the top. So what do? I go to, once again, indicators to help me paint a picture to understand on this monthly time frame, regardless of who says what about the market, when Bitcoin hits this level right here, which is roughly the 85 to 90, I will hypothetically be taking some profit off the table from Bitcoin. Do what you want, cuzzy. The reason why I say that is there was positive and negative news here, here, and here. But the only thing that didn't lie to me in the past 12 years was these indicators. Once again, if I start seeing bearish divergence on, let's just say, the weekly, 2-week, and 3-week, leading up to the monthly starting to look like it's about to death cross, once again, Confluence trading it with the RSI being around the 80 to the 90, to each his own, right? So now with the Bitcoin long-term hypotheticals off the table, we start looking at the weekly, right? We always start with the long term. Long term's looking great. Once again, MACD and RSI still in Section A, with tons of room to grow, lining up with the Bitcoin halving. So what do I look for on the weekly? If we're going to have a green monthly or a couple of monthlies, what that means is out of the 3-4 weeks that are in the month, you're going to have more green. And what that means is on a weekly time frame, we're going to just continue seeing higher lows and higher highs, right? Here are the swings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, another thing that I noticed on Bitcoin is on the weekly time frame during the bull markets, which is when the MACD and the RSI are in Section A. The MACD and the RSI are both bullish, making higher lows and higher highs. The 11 and 21 day moving average has been used as major support. Major support. And you can see here we came down to it right to the 38,000 and we bounced. Now, the first thing that I am noticing is I'm going to look at the RSI to see the swings here and the swings here. I want to see if we're getting hidden bearish divergence to show me that there's going to be another correction on the table. The reason why I say that is the first thing that stands out is this high went from the 82 here, 44,000. The next swing high brought us to 50,000, but if this is the top here, and it's still premature, we still want to see if we're going to get death crosses on the 5, the 4, and the 3. But if this is the next local top, well, it's forming another lower high on the RSI. Okay, we don't want to see that, and we don't want to see that because that's showing me that we could potentially top out at major resistance here, being 48 to 51,000, which also lines up with major resistance being here. Okay, if I start seeing wicks from 47 to 51,000, I know there's going to be major selling pressure. Once again, there was major selling pressure here, right? You could see the candles have brought us down, but once again, higher lows each time. So what am I looking for? I'm looking at the RSI on the weekly. I want to see if this does break down. So what you could do, right, I'm saying this, right, this is the first lower low. This could be the first lower high. I'm going to set an alert right here around the 73. I want to see if it breaks the moving average, heads back down to the 70, and then forms a lower low, right? 1, 2, do we do something like this and come back down to this level here, the 61? If that happens and we start getting, once again, hidden bearish divergence on the RSI, that'll lead the MACD to start looking like it's top heavy, and then eventually this price will come back down. Where to? I was just telling someone in the Discord, back down to the 11 and 21, which is right now 43,000 to potentially 38,000 again. Once again, with it being so close to the halving, I do think we have a small consolidation, but then once again, the news is going to pump this baby up that it's the best thing since sliced bread, and it is. It's the best performing asset class that you could literally invest in the past 12 years. But you still have to stay level-headed and understand that waves, everything happens in waves. It's just, are the waves making higher lows and higher highs? And it is right now, right? And the last low technically is this one here at 25,000. So now that we're looking at somewhat top-heavy Bitcoin, I'm going to check the daily, right? First thing we want to notice, we're overbought, right? We're overbought. We could see this little trend line happening right here, right? We had the support, excuse me. We had the support line. We broke down. Now I'm curious to see if we do break this and then come back to these levels here, 42,000 to technically 39,000. Because you could see here, like, you broke down here. Once we broke the 50, we're not close to the 50 yet. So what that means is I think we stay sideways for a little bit like this. And then if this starts breaking down to this and we break the 50 over here, then we break down to this support level of, let's just say, 41 to 42,000. Nothing crazy. So XRP. XRP, we made the video, we made the play, we made the blah, 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 6%. We stopped right at resistance. The first thing, right, I have my little notes here. XRP versus Bitcoin is trash. I posted this video a long time ago, this chart. This is XRP versus Bitcoin, and this is not good, okay? The chart, when you are charting an altcoin, you can't just look at the ticker XRP versus the dollar like this one, okay? Because this one, people are like, oh, it's going to break up, it's going to break up. I said, I don't know if we're going to break this downward resistance because this chart looks like poop. poop, okay? Coin going down versus Bitcoin while Bitcoin's going up. That means your coin stays flat because you're losing value versus the mothership, okay? Coin going down versus Bitcoin while Bitcoin's flat, no bueno too. You're still losing value. Coin going down versus Bitcoin while Bitcoin's going down, this is where technically XRP is heading to now. XRP is losing major value versus Bitcoin, and if you click on the XRP chart, it looks like it's about to come down as well. The reason why I say that is it is about to death cross below the zero line. That's not good. That means all these profits are going to be wiped out, and we are going to be retesting 51, 50, 49, and potentially even 48.5. We're in section B for the RSI for the daily, meaning we went all the way up to the 50, but we could not break, showing me that we were not breaking this level here. That's literally why I have it grayed out. And now we're coming back down to extremely oversold once again, 49 to 48 cents. XRP on the weekly. We're in section B. Anytime you're in section B, that means, literally no bueno. Your next major support levels are down here at, let's just say, 45 cents. And then once again, from there, I don't like it because this looks like it's making lower highs and lower lows, lower highs with the same lows, and could be technically like a descending triangle. Once again, if your chart versus Bitcoin looks absolutely horrible, and then your chart versus the dollar looks horrible, that means you're going to start forming bearish patterns, right? This descending triangles usually break to the downside. That could take us all the way down to 41 cents to 36 cents, just because this chart looks absolutely horrible. Once again, do your own homework. Every time these happen, we went down to the red bar down here, major blood. Every time we were up here in the green, all-time highs. So now we look at labs. Funny, I haven't looked at labs since the last time I did the technical analysis on it, and once again, squiggly lines for the win. I know nothing about labs, but yet I called it making this bear flag to the downside, right? So now, let's delete everything. The most important thing, right? We're bearish. The reason why we're bearish is we are making lower highs, lower lows every single time. It doesn't matter if you bought here or if you bought at the bottom, you are now down. If you bought at the most recent bottom here and you made all this profit, if you didn't take profit, you're now down because this low is lower than this low, which is lower than this low, lower this low, lower this way. So the first chart you need to look at is the long-term trend to see where it is. If we're still in section B and section B, you have to be worrisome that the 0.00002060 might be broken because it's been broken here and it's been broken here and broken here. Let's look a little bit longer. Yeah, section B, you never want to see that. I'm curious to see how much it's down. From here to here, 99%. Yeah, once again, the average is that, and I can't. The news will say crypto's done, but once again, you're really supposed to dollar cost average around these prices, right here, and then you can't guarantee that it's going to make another all-time high, but you start, on the way up, 119% back to this level here of the 000640. If it goes to this support level here of the 394% at the 0.0015. If it goes here, which I could almost not guarantee, but that's your major resistance right here at the 0.002281. You're looking at 636%, and people will be up to 600-700% and be like, I'm not taking any profit. Nope, I'm waiting until it hits 3 cents. Meanwhile, when it hits 3 cents, it'll be up 6,000%. People don't realize when people with money, hedge funds, Wall Street, day traders, financial advisors, 6,000% is unheard of. Most hedge funds guarantee, they make like 30%, 40% for the year, and it's like, yeah, take all my money, what is a normal savings account? What does a bond make? What does an annuity guarantee? Like, 8, 10, whatever it is percent for the year. That's great. You start talking about 6,000%, you're very foolish and ignorant if you're not taking profit at certain levels. Once again, the levels are 1, right? Have an exit strategy. 10% here, what is my portfolio? 15% here, what is my portfolio? Right? 20% here, what's my portfolio? 15% here, how much do I have? Right? Once you start hitting these levels, you should start, once again, not financial advice, but start your exit strategy. Why? Because I just showed you 12, 13 years of this chart doing a 75 to 85% correction after the peak. So if Bitcoin's at 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, your coin's up 1,000, 2,000%. Come on, cuzzy, right? So as of right now, it's still in section B, not great. Your major support level is here, right? Once again, if we look at labs versus BTC, is it even possible? Labs, B, no, all right. I'm not going to waste time now. Either way, it's not great. It is making higher lows on this on the MACD, which somewhat is like hidden bullish. Come on, bro. What's going on right now? Most important thing is, do we break the 50 line? If we break the 50 line, you're breaking your resistance here of the 0.0004, right? You have to break the zero line here, and you have to break the 50 line here. After that, then you're good to go. AVAX. This looks like a double top. The first thing that I notice is, once again, we don't chase green candles. You know, I mean, I was telling people to buy AVAX even here at $13. The thing went up 289% in literally a month or two. And now the first thing I notice, let's delete everything, is the RSI, right? RSI is now broke the 70 line, broke the moving average. That is the first line in the sand, right? You have to have lines in the sand. You see here, you broke, correction, retest. This is, I don't even have to look at the price action. I don't even have to look at the news, what happened December 21st. I don't have to look at Bitcoin. I know that was the top. You need to get out here at $94. We went from 94 to 10. I don't know what's going on. It's snowing over here. I'm sorry. I'm in New York. So now that I see, right? I mean, you can only get hit so many times, and then all of a sudden you start putting your hands up, right? So my hands are up right now looking at this. Went from the 83 extreme overbought situations on a weekly time frame. That's never a great time to buy, obviously. You're chasing green candles. Now it made a lower high, broke the moving average, using the 70 and the moving average as resistance. I mean, you know, history repeats. Okay, cuzzy? History repeats. What happened thereafter? Yeah, we had a lower low, so I'm assuming this is going to break. The 50 line right here is this level of the 2372. So what can happen is we do this, we come down here, we do another one of these. But once again, if the long-term trend is changing, I'm not touching anything until the weekly consolidates and then starts to form back up. So we want to see that form this bottom around here of the 22 to, let's just say, 27. Close to March, April, May, and then it forms at another higher low like that. XLM, same thing. The most important thing, I have it written right here, the RSI on the monthly time frame needs to stay above the moving average. Okay, once again, hands up once we start making lower highs and the trend's going towards it. You do not want the trend to break the you don't want the RSI to break the yellow moving average, because that means the trend is changing, and that means this trend would be changing. So as of right now, I'm expecting a little bit of blood. I do expect XLM to go back down to right there, 10 cents to potentially 0.093. The reason why I say that is this is major support here. We went up, came down, major support here, came up, came down. If this is a descending triangle, we could break this level and come back down to the 0.079. So once again, my two levels are going to be, 1 second, 10.1, and then I would hold some for here, 0.091, and then you're going to look like a genius if this breaks down, right? Because technically this is doing this, and then this, would be from here to the breakdown. Boom, right to the 0.078. Quant, again, snowing here, sorry. RSI, what I'm going to be, I love the notes. Sorry, I'm going to start doing notes from now on because my brain's all over. MACD, looking like it's about the death cross. Nothing positive comes from that, especially below the 0 line, meaning we could wipe out this low here of the 96 and come retest the 82. The first thing I'm going to be looking at is this RSI on a 2-week. And I want to see where it is extremely oversold. The last couple times, the bottoms have been here, 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 and here. So if you had to choose a range to start really dollar cost averaging more money into Quant hypothetically, excuse me, I'm going to set an alert at the 44.78. Then I'm going to watch it to see if it starts forming a bottom at the 43.50. And then I'm going to be really gung-ho at the 42.56 and the major greed levels at the 39. So once again, you're looking at 44 to potentially 40 on the 2-week RSI. So now you understand the importance. Boom, 45.90 right before the level, and I'm going to line that up. If it's at the 45, let's just say it's at the 45 to the 44.20, and we're at this level of the 87, well, guess what? It's time to dollar cost average back into more quant. So once again, that's the video. I love you guys. If you appreciate this content, just like the video. Besides that, if you know anyone that could benefit from these videos, I would greatly appreciate a share, help the channel grow. Discord link will be in the description. That is free to join. Love you guys. Appreciate the support, and I hope you learned something from these videos. That's it.